Deborah Anderson, and this is part of our series of holiday cooking on local flavor. I'm here at the beautiful Destination Kitchen in downtown Norton, and Cindy is going to go over the big...
Boy.
It's the big one.
The big Tom,
What
right?
to do for the turkey.
Oh, we just thought we'd start from the very beginning because it seems like you always see these nice pictures of the bird all prettied up. And so we're going to start with getting it out of the package so we can
I'm glad you're using kitchen shears. I love kitchen shears. Are those for the kitchen, I'm
yes,
hoping?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, they are.
I should.
Okay, so we're going to take that out. Only thing you need to remember is how many pounds this guy is. And so he's 13 pounds.
He doesn't really look that big.
No. So when you're getting ready to bake him, you know how long it's going to take.
No, we're not going to go by time, though. I mean, you need to know when to check, but it's mostly by temperature that you want to.
And we were going to take that out anyway, but...
It was a manufacturing error. Did you see that?
The pop-up timer already popped up. Oh, okay.
So why'd you take it out?
Because if you wait for the pop-up timer to come up, your turkey's going to be overdone.
Oh.
They don't want to be liable for a turkey that is underdone. So.
Right, exactly.
Anyway, so here we go, the cleanup.
Yeah, don't cook it with this stuff in it.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. And these are the giblets that we talked about in our other segment that you can boil up to use in your broth, for your broth.
Oh.
And we're going to get all that guy out of there.
That's for Betsy.
Yeah.
Are you going to leave the legs tied together or snip those
I will
out?
put them back together. I don't like the way this thing looks, so I always take it off.
Now, did you buy this thawed, or was this a frozen turkey?
No, it was a frozen turkey, and essentially they have said that there's not a lot of difference in quality between the frozen ones and the fresh ones, but the thing that you cannot do with the most frozen turkeys is that they have already put some things in there for moisture.
Okay.
And so if you're going to brine your turkey, you want one that has had nothing done to it. And so generally you're going to have to get a fresh one
if
for
you
that.
want to brine it. And that's what we're going to talk about today is the brining. But if you bought this frozen, did you just get it out overnight? Or I think
that's probably the biggest thing that happens with somebody that's doing the turkey for the first time is that they try to get the turkey out the day before and frozen solid.
Yeah.
So Deborah was telling me that they have a thaw day, right?
The Thursday before Thanksgiving is National Thaw Day.
So do it.
Because it takes 3 or 4 days anyway, and then it can stay in the fridge for 3 or 4 days. So at least the weekend before, but if you want to be part of the national movement, the Thursday
Go
before.
on Thursday. And the thing that they really caution you about is, you know, not thawing it on the counter. I do, like when I first bring it home, I like to have it sit out for maybe an hour or so just to get the process started. And so then you can put it in the fridge.
Right. But if you find that you get in the fridge and it is really not thawed out, you can put it in cold water, but it takes a long time. Don't wait.
And your hands get frozen.
Yeah. And I think I see the giblets, right? Isn't that what that color is?
We're going to turn him over.
Oh, my.
So some of them were in there. Where's our flap of skin? There we go. And there's the magic bag. There we go.
So delicious when cooked and kind of gross.
There's been a lot of them cooked in there.
I think you're right.
Oh. So at this point, I would take it to the sink and completely rinse it. We're going to do that a couple times. But the other thing that needs to happen is that they take care of some of the things when they're cleaning it, but you'll find things like this that you definitely want to get rid of.
Is that just the outer skin, or is that a
Yeah,
feather?
you know, I haven't ever done one from feathers to none, and so I'm not sure if that's, you know, from the singeing or what happens. I just know that it is very unappealing, and we want to get rid of that. So The other thing that you want to look for is, I call them little pin feathers that have gotten the hard part left in there. And you
Yeah.
usually can feel those pretty good. And a good thing to spot is a black
Did you
spot
find
like
one?
that. So like here's one right here. And so we're going to pull that out. Sometimes you have to get your tweezers.
Will it smell like burning hair if you don't get it
No,
out?
no, it's just not anything that you want
Don't wanna
to
eat.
bite into,
Yeah.
and we don't want to cook. So there seems to be one there. Anyway, we just want to get all that debris gone. Another thing that happens while you're doing this is that there was still ice in this after how many, like lots of days. I can't seem to get that guy to come out. There we go.
Use your little tweezers on that.
I know. So that's what I got out of there. So anyway, it's just going over it, and some people get grossed out with that, but I think it's worse if you don't, right?
Yeah, but there's quite a bit to get off of there.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's talk about the method that we're going to use, the brining.
Okay.
And that just means we're going to soak it in salt water.
That's right. And we sell brining bags here at the store, and let me wipe this off.
That would help a lot, because one of the disadvantages of brining is that your container is so big it's hard to fit in the fridge. But if you had a bag, that'd be a lot easier.
Which it's just like a huge Ziploc bag, but it also has this that after you get it in there, you run that along there and it helps to seal it again.
Okay.
So it would be my suggestion that you get the turkey in the bag, and then you mix up your brining, the salt and the water, and get it in the pan that you're going to leave it in. So like you could put it in here, then pour your water in and zip it up so that you have the turkey weighing down the bag so that it can take the water. Don't want to put the water in first, right? Okay.
It'll be a splashy mess.
Yeah. And what brining does is it makes a really, really moist turkey, and it also helps to flavor it because salt is a great, flavoring. You do want to rinse the turkey once you take it out of the brine to get rid of any of the residual salt.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to put about a half a cup of salt in every gallon of water. Is that right?
Yes, yes. And since this was, I could not find a fresh turkey, we are going to roast this one in a normal fashion. And I don't know if we can get all of this tars and feathers off here. Take this and just wipe it. I think I'm going to switch over to this pan, so we'll be clean.
And it's worthwhile to note that even though you've used this pan several times, it still looks so new, and it's because stainless steel is so easy to clean.
All-Clad is a great stainless steel cookware maker, and we love all of their products. And so there's another one.
Oh my.
I know. Okay. So we've rinsed the bird inside and out, and then what we're going to do is we're going to salt the inside. And that helps, when you're
And this is if you're not brining. Because
Right.
we couldn't brine this one because it's frozen, so it already has solutions injected into it.
So we're just going to take our salt, and we're going to cover the whole inside of that cavity with it. And we're going to take, don't forget this cavity. Those are the two places we're also going to put our stuffing.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. Now we made our stuffing in our other segment. So
Right.
we're going to switch that out.
And you make enough usually to have a pan and enough to stuff.
Right.
So
So here's our dressing, and we're going to lightly pack. So what you don't want to do is cram as much as you can in at once, right?
well, I wondered about that because it is called stuffing. I thought you should use a lot of force, but you're saying no.
No. And then you're going to take this guy and clip him over there so that that seals that cavity off.
Origami.
Yes, something like that.
Yeah.
And we're going to flip him over.
Did you catch that? That's awesome.
Oh, and I'll turn this around so the camera can see. We're going to just slide this in here.
Now, are we wanting the bird to season the stuffing or the stuffing to season the bird, or is it kind of mutual?
It's mutual, but I tell you what, if you do not want to stuff your bird with stuffing, you should put some sliced onion, some celery, lemon is good too. Anyway, you need to have something in there to help with the seasoning of the bird.
Okay.
Okay.
Keep it.
So this came with the plastic thing. You can also, you know, tie them together with something else if you want to. And then another thing is that some people loosen this skin, and you can slide butter up under there to help, because the breast is always what cooks the fastest and has trouble staying moist. So we'll slide a little of that. Always more butter, right, Deborah?
Right.
As much butter as possible. Oh. And then we're going to take and we're going to smear the whole thing with butter. All right. Make sure he's all done. And then the other thing we're going to do is, you always see the pictures with the turkey like this, which is where you want to end up. So that means we're going to start with the turkey upside down.
Okay.
So we're going to...
Now, how are you going to flip it over when it is so hot?
Yeah, well, believe it, there are turkey forks, and so you can get those underneath. And
Now,
so
what's the advantage of using this rack? Does it just keep it from sitting in its own juices, or?
It does, and you know, whoops, I'm gathering the wrong thing.
Okay.
Well, the thing that you want in the end is also the pan juices for your gravy,
Okay.
which is a whole nother segment, right?
Right.
Oh, but and then you can put the pan right on the burner to get your juices
Okay.
loosened and everything. And if you don't want to use butter, I would recommend oil, but do something to get him
Just something.
all oiled
This
up.
will probably help it brown up a little too.
It does. It does.
Hey. Gee, it's going to give us the turkey lifter, so we'll see what you're talking about.
Wow. So these come with this roaster. So
Okay.
it comes with the set, and so
Does it come with the rack too?
it does. It
Oh,
does.
awesome.
So it's a great little set.
So you're totally ready with just one.
So if I was going to, after this is done and we're going to turn it, we're going to go this direction.
Because it's hot.
Oops, there you go. And you can use gloves or something, hot pads, to get it settled back down in there.
Awesome.
And while it's while it's cooking, baking, we want to also, juices are going to gather down there, and we're going to baste it. You can do it as often as you want.
Are you going to baste it with a brush or one of those squeezy things?
One of those squeezy things.
Okay.
Yeah. And,
A baster.
yes, yes. And they work great. Somehow the butter is not on there, so we're going to put a little more.
It wants
Okay.
to stick to your fingers more than that little
It
turkey.
does. So you might just want to get some melted. I thought this was soft enough, but the turkey's cold. So
Yeah.
then the butter's going to get cold on there. So guess what?
We're ready to put it in the oven?
We are. We have to turn
And-
him back over.
Yeah.
But we also have one that's ready.
Oh, we're ready to see the one that is already done. Now she's going to cook it. She cooked this one at 325, is that right?
That's right. And it took 4.5 hours.
And it was still around 11, 13 pounds?
Yeah, it was actually a 14-pound turkey.
Wow. Okay.
And you can see that this area where the stuffing is gets a little darker. But the first thing that you want to do is to take the stuffing out of here. And I've already just, about the last hour of the cooking, I cut this to allow these to open up and cook. when this is so tight here, it takes longer, and this is the hard part to get done. And so we want to pull out the stuffing and put it in a separate pan, and then we need a knife to cut this bird open.
Let's talk a little bit, though. You said we're not going to go by time, we're going to go by temperature. And
Right.
so where is the best place to check the temperature?
So it's the thigh,
Right.
and it's right here, and you don't want to hit a bone. So you're just going to put your timer down in there.
Use a thermometer.
Yes, and it needs to be a digital read. It's easier to see, and the temperature needs to be to 170.
Right, okay.
So, yeah.
If you check the temperature in the
slicer.
stuffing, they say 165 in
Right.
the middle of the stuffing.
Right.
So
And that won't probably be an issue. And carving is one of those things that there's many demonstrations on, and it always gets a little messy. But the whole idea is that you're going to start at the breast here, and you're going to make your slices. And then when you get it all sliced down, you're going to go this direction to bring it up.
also important to note that you let this rest after you took it out of the
I
oven.
did. And I'm just going to get us a piece
It
out
looks
of
super
here.
moist.
Got to grab a plate here. All right. And I think there are some turkeys that they actually do, so that they have more white meat than others, since it seems to be
That's what
the
everybody
favorite.
wants.
Yeah.
Yes. Is that a piece of stuffing in there too, right there?
Right there, because see, we didn't pull it out, but see, we'll just peel this back, and there's our stuffing.
Awesome.
So we'll put it in a separate pan, and then we'll have to see how we did. What do you think?
I can't wait. It is very moist.
Mm-hmm.
And you really seasoned it simply.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought you'd have a whole complicated broth to baste over it, but I think you're getting probably a lot of flavor from the stuffing.
And if you don't feel like you're getting enough juices in your pan, you can always add some chicken broth down at the bottom, and especially if you're going to need lots of gravy.
Right, but we're not making gravy at this meal
We are not.
because
We're
already
eating at this
exhausted.
meal. Oh,
The
don't be
turkey is awesome.
intimidated by the bird.
Do you want how long did you let it rest? I forgot to ask.
It needs to be about 15, 20 minutes. But this is it's still very warm, and it's
Yes,
been
definitely.
you need to put a tent of foil over it. And I did want to say too, if this starts to brown up too much, then you just put some foil loosely over the top.
So it doesn't get too
right.
dark.
But don't be afraid. Don't think that you have to jump right in and carve that turkey up as soon as it comes out. That'll give you time to put your rolls in and get those warm, and your sweet potato casserole in and get it baked up, and those two things go at the same temperature. And so anyway, it frees up your oven for some other things.
Right. And it just, if you cut it too early, you're going to lose all those juices. So, well, just one more bite. This time it's stuffing. Last time I
how'd
didn't
we
put the
do?
stuffing in, so I was dying to know.
Yeah.
It's really good.
That's good, isn't it?
I will have to say it is better than when we just ate it out of the bowl before it was cooked.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and cook it.
Yeah, because then you need all those flavors going in together. Oh.
Okay. Thank you so much, Cindy.
Yes, yes.
And thank you for joining us for a part of our holiday series for the local flavor. I hope you can view the other episodes.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Aww.